Hey, again, apologies for the stream dropping. Hopefully, we're back up now.
Yeah, it looks like we're finally back on. Sorry, everybody.
Beautiful. Okay.
Maybe here in. Like a little more. Yeah, there.
Okay, so we're still in the first end here of our A event championship. Looks like they're keeping the house pretty clean here so far.
Yeah, clean house. We did have a couple of early misses, though, so maybe a little of A final nerves. Hopefully they can shake those out. Both these teams have had really great weeks. Of course, if you haven't been paying attention, 5 and unders nationwide are qualifiers for the national finals, which are in Hibbing, Minnesota this year. So there is something on the line for this team, or both these teams rather, and obviously a little bit of early nerves is understandable. So just in case we dropped before we announced the teams, our final today is between the Tuscan Curlers, who are from Lone Star Curling in Texas, and the Carillas, which are a combination of San Fran, Chicago, and Racine curling clubs.
Okay, yeah, go through.
I'm pretty sure I just heard a throw through call, so we're going to have a blank first end. Pretty common call. Curlzilla electing to keep control of the hammer into the second end. Even number ends, always a nice spot to have the hammer.
I think this one's got enough.
I agree. That's got plenty. Have you ever seen a throw through that picked and ended up pretty much in the top 4 foot?
I have not, have you?
I did see one.
Did you?
It was horrible.
So, there may be some PTSD that happens with folks. So I've seen people like come out to the hog line and just pitch it directly to the boards. I mean,
Right.
I
Yeah.
don't know what the calamity that happens that makes that one score, but I think that takes that pick out of play.
Yeah, they could have experienced that same situation.
Which one? Both of them?
Yeah, this A final was the B event final.
Oh, wow. Really? Yeah. Oh, interesting.
Yeah.
Do you want to jump in here, Tony?
Eventually. Like whenever you just tag in,
All
tag
right.
out.
That'd be great.
Light's
Yeah.
perfect though.
Okay. So Tony Cott in the house, he just notified us that this exact matchup was the B event final at Coyote Curling Club's 5 and under this season. So we got a little bit of a rematch here. I don't know what the outcome of that game was, but these two teams facing each other again. We'll get Tony on the mic here soon. He's way more interesting than we are. So.
Here outside.
Yeah, Tony's he's got some words
That's the
for us.
curl. That's the curl. Adam. Adam only ever. Adam only. Adam only. Adam hard. Adam only.
So they were on the push side of the curl the whole way down. Ends up paying off. The effort ends up paying off, and they just make enough contact with them. I'm upset that Adam's not wearing a suit jacket this game, though.
Right,
He started
yeah.
the week in a suit jacket and tie.
Yeah, he's still maintaining the tie, though.
Yeah,
Nice
yeah.
touch.
Taking himself a little too seriously this game. That might have been the recipe for success.
Stay on. Line's fine. Working over.
Although the plaid is more Colorado, the plaid and tie is certainly a look. So we'll give him points for that at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep, do it again.
Oh.
Control. Yes, line! Yes, line! Hard line! Hard line, Grant!
Okay, on the first end on sheet A, where we have a team bisector, our junior girls against Luck of the Draw. Luck of the Draw put up 2 in the first end, so we're up 2-0 over team bisector, playing the second end now.
Mostly Colorado final over there. It says Rock Creek, but Chris and Jillian Lewis are from Denver Curling Club.
Right.
And I believe their front end is from Rock Creek.
Line's good. Okay. I like the line. Line's really good. I think we leave it.
And that's a 4.
You don't say.
Wow.
Wow!
I want.
Meow.
Time is a flat circle.
Get ready for line,
Line's good. Line's good. Yeah, it's gonna move.
Crozilla calling for the peel here. I'm going to keep it clean in the second end here so far.
Yep. Oh.
Almost seems like somebody's got a flight to catch.
Those are quick ends.
Let's put the center guard up again. Let's actually get it. Maybe.
Line's good. Yep, good. Yep, just a little bit. Whoa. Line's good. I want to cross over a little more. 14. Ryan. Yep. Whoa.
Hit!
What we thought about this one?
Pretty well attended here. I think we probably have about 40 people in the warm room watching these games.
Yeah, pretty good crowd.
There were 4 Rock Creek teams to start the event. It looks like we're down to just one full Rock Creek team, but a bunch of the other teams are hanging out
Line's good.
and cheering on their boys.
Good. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Rock Creek is playing in the B event final. The 5 and under, or 5 stone draw rather, is the name of the team, skipped by Dave Hickson. And they're taking on a Coyote team, our sister club from Arizona, Team Underborn, which we called earlier today. They handled one of the other Rock Creek teams pretty handily earlier in the semifinal. A lot of made shots. And I really like this point of the weekend. We see the best of the field,
Line's good.
and the games are a lot more competitive and actually really impressive curling for a field of all under 5-year curlers.
Yep.
14-6. Whoa, whoa, whoa.
Both our B and D event on sheets C and D. They're in the second end, but neither have posted the first end scores yet. Oh, no. I stand corrected. They just posted one here on sheet C.
Yep, C and D just posted their first end.
So
Both of
5
them
stone,
is
yeah.
one for yellow.
Yeah, 5 stone draw is up 1 over Team Unterborn, the Coyote Curling Club, in the B final. And on D,
Coolers.
you can see that, Falco?
Yep,
Coolers put
took
up.
one. Yep.
Okay, Coolers put up 1 over Sweeping or Sleeping.
Yes, line. Yes, line. Hard
That's
line.
in the DCC event final.
That is.
Hard line all the way, Adam. All the way, you got it, Adam. All the way, Adam. All the way hard. All the way hard. All
Okay, good sweep by Adam there. Another clean house.
Try it again. Take a shot. Actually, it's come this way. Let's just play the middle. 5. Hit roll. Little wide. It's wide. It's gonna dig in a little more. Yep. Yep. Draw. Yep. As far as you can go. Yep. Yeah, just keep going. I want it as close as possible. Yep. Yeah. Hard. Hard line. Hard line. Yeah. All the way. Yeah. Control. Yeah. 4 foot. 4 foot. Yeah. Line's good. Got him over a little bit. Here we come. Yep, Adam. Adam, yeah. Adam, yeah. Looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Yep, great shot, Grant.
Okay, nice hit and keeping the shooter around for Tuscan Curlers. Might as well make them earn it, make them hit at something.
Ideally, we hit like on the corner, and then roll to the top wall. Ideally, let's go control. Okay. What's weight? Yes, line.
So the only danger here, and obviously not a lot with an open end like this. However, if you nose it, you're leaving a center guard in order, which could allow yellow the curlers to curl and come around and either steal or force. So a little bit of risk, but they end up rolling on. That's actually a really well placed shot. So, yep, really good weight control, good weight selection there, and is able to roll the shooter on.
Yeah, a little biter on the wing here.
Adams first is on the way. Probably trying to roll on as well. Just does. Obviously the goal at this point is probably going to be another blank attempt. The Tuscan Curlers just going to try to make sure they roll on. Open finds a tricky spot.
Yeah, anything this far out on the wings, you know, it makes the shooter give a little second thought, especially for 5 and unders, you know. Not all that common that you have hits that far out on the wing. They need a little more curl here, and they're going to get it.
Just enough.
Just enough.
I'm surprised they played the intern on that one. Then, you know,
Right.
just seen 2 out turns come down that line.
Yep.
So no guessing. they play the intern. Probably the thought is that, you know, I mentioned this yesterday. However, it's crossing the face of a rock sometimes can be more difficult, especially for the sweep call. And so if you want to make a roll, throwing the turn that is already on the side of the rock that you want to roll from,
Right.
you know, can feel a little more comfortable. It's not always the right call, but maybe that's what he was thinking there.
Sure.
So another easy blank here. Whenever I'm throwing those, Lance yells T-weight right out of hand.
I would expect nothing less.
Just to mess with my dice.
T-weight. I like it though. Even though it's probably about in the 7-second range, huh? From hog to hog.
That's right.
Two. Is that the same group? I want the same group.
Although one opportunity that a lot of teams miss is when you have an opportunity to throw that rock, there is still value to be had, even if you're
Sure.
throwing it down.
You bet.
Find a line that you're curious about, maybe you're not too familiar with.
Exactly.
Like that hit off the center line there. Maybe he could have thrown the same center line out, turn on the other side, and seen how much curl he got, just to make sure in case he needs it later in the game.
Exactly. Yeah. Don't yeah.
Don't waste an opportunity. Obviously, you don't want to throw it light, but you can definitely go to school on a different line and gather some more information. So.
Sure. See how much a board weight or a control weight's going to turn on you. Okay, we got a guard in play.
Oh, good. We're gonna have
Okay.
something to talk about.
We might.
Right? Like,
Still a little bit of risk aversion, though. He's going to draw open. I didn't see what the
look
call was, but
outside. We're kind of wide.
sounds like he's going to come in.
Got one. This looks more like a center guard. Maybe it's on the. I think we're on the house. This
Oh, they
looks
were
like
actually
back
calling
house.
for a corner guard, but this one's
Yeah,
heavy.
this
Yeah, a little hot.
Back line at least.
Might not hang around.
Yeah, that's done.
So a little bit of a misstep there is going to allow the Tuscan curlers to come around. Calling for about 2.5 feet of curl. Let's see what happens. If you were watching any of our previous streams, you might have heard that this side of B, you know, we have a pretty consistent surface out here. However, when we get late in the flood calendar, this is the one line. This is one of the lines that starts straightening out. This one's having no trouble curling. No.
Yeah, right. Just as you say that, yeah, we're getting a lot of curl here after mid-sheet.
Jinx in every single team that I commentate for. I really apologize. It's a little bit messier though. Even one more guard. We talked a lot. I mentioned stagger a lot. So when those guards are offset, that is a significant opportunity to hide behind because there's no run or raise opportunity anymore.
Absolutely, and that's an immediate call by Kurzilla here, trying to bury one behind those reds. That's staggered reds.
Yep, you notice that opportunity
line looks great.
to securely bury. He's gonna-
We got more
I
than
think
enough
this one's
room.
curling pretty well. Actually.
It is. It's,
Yep, so we did a 5-piss this last draw. It might have scraped out a little bit of the straightness, which would be great.
just a touch hot.
That was plenty of curl. So it's nice making. I'm happy with that. Line was perfect. If they had 6 feet
It
less
was.
weight, that would
Yeah,
have been a great
yeah.
spot.
Yep.
What are you doing, Chris?
You want to jump in here, buddy?
Okay, Tuscan Curlers trying to take advantage of that little overweight rock and try to pull one top four behind their staggered guards.
Yep. Line's good. We're by. Whoa, 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 whoa.
It's going to end up behind the tee. It's just a matter of how far. Yeah.
So a sweeper from the Tuscan Curlers has his head down. Was dead set on giving it every bit of effort he could,
Four.
and it
I
didn't
don't
need it.
hate
Didn't
there,
need
but top four is what we want.
Yep.
That's where the communication comes in super handy. We were talking yesterday about the outside sweeper being the relay. for communication, and so they have minimal effectiveness as far as the contributing to the sweep. However, they can add way more to the shot by relaying communication for line from the skip and obviously for weight from the sweeper.
Okay.
Certainly.
So,
Yep.
there's a huge potential for value add as just a communicator and not as much a sweeper from that outside sweeper. So.
Grant only ever. Looks all there for weight. Whoa. We're like back 8.
Again, they know this line now. They just really have to find that weight right.
Right. Great line. Again, another 6 feet heavy.
Doesn't look very slow out there.
Does not.
Let's see if I can get a time here on this one. We're
Okay,
playing.
update on sheet A. Looks like we've got another 2 put on the board
Line's good.
for luck of the draw. So we're at 4-0 against Team Bisecker here on sheet A.
Got a curl.
The broom was put down in the same place. Looked like it was a little wide of the broom, but it is curling. Again, just a bit heavy. This, especially early in the game,
Oh,
it's really common for to play the same line over and over again, and it's going to speed up really quickly.
exactly. You're
Like
just
2 or 3
compounding.
rocks, and
Yep.
you're adding.
Aim for top 4.
The same weight can get you a couple more feet of distance.
Sure.
Just by having consecutive shots thrown down the same line. So that's one of those things that is a contribution that the front end or sweepers can make, is just tracking the lines that are being played and letting the thrower know, that independent of their previous throw, it could be a little bit faster the next time they do it.
For sure. It's gonna, you keep hammering that same line over and over. It's gonna be exponentially faster than.
And it happens fast.
Yep.
Yeah, now.
You'll eventually plateau, where you get a more predictable, speed.
Bring it in.
So we're going hard. It's well by the guards.
Got the weight down on this one, so there's still just a hair past tee, I think.
Grant Fury. All right, nice shot.
Fully buried. That was
Yep,
a nice
so
shot.
sweep and a bury versus, which is always an interesting decision to make, right?
Right.
Are you?
What do you do?
Are you happy being behind the tee line fully buried, or would you rather leave a piece exposed and be on top of the tee line?
Yeah. What's the call?
The call there was obvious. Well, the call there, according to Paul, was to sweep it.
Go farther, right? Yeah.
Blue wide.
But I think my preference would have left that top 4 with a piece exposed.
Let
You
it
can't-
peek out a little bit.
That's right. Yeah, sure.
Yep.
You got Jerem to hit it. Maybe the wreck on the guard.
Yep.
But this sets up backing for them. And so if they bury now, it's going to be even harder to deal with. So not only do you have the stagger up front, but now you have a rock behind.
Well, they're figuring out the speed here. That was really good.
Yep. Yeah, really good adaptation. So adjusting really well. That one slips probably a foot deep also.
Yeah, they hammered that pretty hard. They might not have needed quite that much.
The interesting thing here is if everybody ever needs to throw any other line than this one, what do you do?
Right, yeah.
What do you do
Yeah,
about weight
yeah.
or curl?
They're probably going to be a little light. We'll
that's
see.
right, yeah.
I don't know.
That's a good guess. That would be my assumption as well.
Line's good. Up. Oh, okay. Has to curl that a lot. It's coming down. Yeah, it's got to come over a lot this way, like a lot. Adam Carr. Adam only ever.
Calling hard for the curl sweep.
Adam Carr for a piece. Adam can get a piece.
So they know it's heavy, so they're just trying to move that red one off. But that backline plus weight straightens the shot out a little bit and goes by the shot rock. So really, I mean, if you're paying attention to where the two teams are putting the broom, Tuscan curlers continue to line up edge of 4, and then Carillas have their broom out middle plus 8.
Middle 8.
Yep.
Yep.
So what that really tells you is either he knows his throwers and then that they're always wide,
Or
or that one of the two teams is putting more handle on the rock. So
really good sweep there to
Yep.
take second shot also.
So he actually, after he let it go, he actually indicated that he let it go about middle 8, which is where his opponent was putting the broom. So,
He did. Yeah, I saw that. Yep.
These are locked. We
so
gotta
maybe
hit,
that
like,
was a
right
fortunate
here.
miss, or maybe it was just the skip knowing his tendencies of his throws.
Yeah, it's not a good pocket anymore.
Either way,
The best
excellent
thing can happen
position
is
there.
Warren Breeze, that they pick us out, we're in trouble. I think we open it up.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
Let's go normal.
All right.
I don't even mind peel if you want to throw that.
Whatever you want.
How hard can you throw?
How hard do you want?
Okay, let's go normal.
So they're trying to open it up. Both of them will definitely go. Going back to the discussion we were having earlier about throwing from the side of the rock, you want to hit.
Okay.
That was the opposite of that, and he ends up hitting it on the side that he was throwing from. So I think the out turn is what I would have called there. It's easier for the sweepers to hold it than it is for them to curl. I know there's a lot of talk about directional sweeping these days, but A, you have to be an exceptional sweeper
For sure.
to play the push side. And B, it is certainly, no matter how good a sweeper you are, more effective to hold the line than it is to encourage the curl. So I would have thrown the out turn there, and we see kind of the result. And gives the Tuscan curlers a chance to protect their shot even more.
So Falco, on that directional sweeper, are you in the school of thought that seems to be prevalent these days of hitting the outside edge of the rock and let the inside do a little more of the biting, or are you just covering the whole rock?
So it depends on the shot. If you are throwing a draw or a down weight, I can really, what you're doing by having the broom in its natural position and pushing, you are both encouraging distance and having the potential to curl. So you're covering the whole running surface, which is going to add distance,
Right.
and you have the opportunity to put the scratches in the ice that are encouraging that final curl or bury. However, if you're throwing a hit and you want it to curl, you don't necessarily want to add distance to that rock. So it already has enough weight, right?
Right.
And so what you're doing by putting the broom in that blade or knifing position
Okay.
is not adding distance and adding the potential to scratch that outside part of the running surface so that the inside, the differential between the ice on the inside of the running band and the outside of the running band will hopefully be enough
Yep.
to encourage a little bit of curl. So it depends on the weight of the shot. So I see the merits of both, but you really have to determine, it really depends on what kind of shot you're throwing.
Okay.
That's my take on it. Obviously, all this is fairly new. Great part about this sport is that, there's conversation upon conversation. Everybody had their own opinions and strategies. And
It is, yeah. It's
So-
great.
So I love getting into these talks. And I'm not saying, I'm not here to always be right, but and I can be talked off of a position. I'm here to learn just like everybody else is. But that's one of the most fun parts of the sport is getting into those discussions
For sure.
and and really feeling listening to what other people are thinking. And as an ice maker too, obviously that brings in a whole nother arena for those kinds of discussions, which is super fun. So this is what a really good shot here coming in.
Yep.
And this is what was curious about the previous shot called by Red, is that they were additionally guarding what was already guarded, right?
Exactly.
They were putting another guard, they were guarding a guard.
Right.
And so they were always leaving this in-turn draw path available, and lo and behold,
There it
Yellow
is.
makes a really great in-turn draw.
That was a
to
nice
save
shot.
single. Yep. So they could have used that previous shot to block off and take a further opportunity away from Yellow. So looks like he's just going to cap it and hope to force here. That's an acceptable result. So not all is lost, but the steal was set up really well. So I think it's a steal. I lost track of who's hammer, but we'll
I did
figure it
too.
out here soon. I get busy talking. It's been a long weekend, Brian.
It has. especially for you doing triple duty,
Yep. Quadruple, actually.
quadruple.
No, yeah, I was boat race captain.
Oh,
last night also.
oh, nice.
Yeah, don't forget about that.
I missed the boat races, but I saw the video.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's always a good time.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was a good
really,
one.
Really special part of every 5 and under that we hold here.
Sure. Yeah, that one just tracked a little wide on him.
It just allowed, really weight sensitive ice. It's not going to catch the curl unless you have pretty accurate depth on your shot, or as this one of my favorite golf partners of all time, total stranger, this guy from Georgia that my brother invited up as part of a kind of a corporate trade, and he would get on the tee and hit his shot, and he was like, well, my furtherance was pretty good, but my tordance wasn't that great. Every shot was measured by furtherance and tordance.
Nice. Oh.
So the Carillas, having just thrown this shot, pretty comfortable opportunity for his 2. Really good outcome, and like I said, the Tuscan Curls could have taken this away.
Right.
With, the Vice's second shot. Are you out of here? Thank you, Tom. I really appreciate it.
All right, Tom Whitman, volunteer extraordinaire, ice maker, heading out the door after a long weekend. Thanks, Tom. All right, see ya.
So, I have my 2 best helpers this weekend, Tom Whitman and Brian Brown.